and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Connor James. Today is Thursday, August 8th. The time is just about 5:30. Let's check in with Kelly McShane for a look at your forecast this morning. Kelly, good morning.
Good morning, Connor. We're waking up to a little bit of fog out there this morning, so be careful if you're heading out on the roadways anytime soon. Let's go ahead and check on that visibility for you. A lot of folks looking at less than 5 miles, and actually a lot of us looking at less than 1 mile, so be very careful out on the roadways. Those spots I've been talking about so far, Interstate 65, Interstate 64, as well as Interstate 75, and then into Harlan and Bell counties is where we're going to see the thickest of the fog, but we still could see that dense fog throughout the entire region. Temperatures around the region into the 60s, mid 60s for most of us. So overall, a pretty warm start to our day, and we're going to see those temperatures increase into the mid 80s by this afternoon. I'll have that full forecast here in just a little bit, Connor.
All right, thank you, Kelly. Well, this week we learned Copper Glow is buying the Black Jewel mines in Harlan and Letcher counties. They said that they will reopen the mines and promised $1 million toward the miners' missing wages. They're owed around $2.6 million. There was still a $6 million property lien that attorney Ned Pillersdorf is going to fight the government for. He hopes to get $2 to $4 million from that. Pillersdorf said the judge commented on how miners handled themselves.
The nation rallied around them, understood how badly they'd been mistreated, and I think that impacted things. You know, the judge made a comment to the lawyers that these gentlemen needed to be treated with respect.
The miners say they will stay on the tracks until the money is back in their bank accounts. And Vice President Mike Pence is making a stop in Clay County later today. He is expected to talk about the state's response to the opioid crisis and the Innovative Readiness Program. Clay County residents at Pat's Snack Bar in Manchester are reacting to the news of the upcoming visit. Longtime resident Richard Couch says it will be a historic moment.
It's one of the greatest things that ever happened to Clay County, that the people in Washington care enough to come and talk to us in person.
The vice president is expected to start speaking around 12:45 at EKU's Manchester's satellite campus. We will carry it live on WYMT and WYMT.com. And Senator Mitch McConnell's campaign is in Twitter jail. That means the account is not allowed to tweet. Senator McConnell's campaign manager says the account was locked because they posted a video of a rally outside of McConnell's Louisville home. They say threats were made against the senator. McConnell's campaign says they've appealed to Twitter, but the social media platform told them the account will remain locked until the campaign deletes the video. And the Eastern Kentucky Concentrated Employment Program is partnering with a veteran-owned company to bring jobs to Eastern Kentucky. Applicants will have the opportunity to train in various industries related to cybersecurity. WYMT's Lacey Roberts explains what that means.
Cybersecurity is growing at an increasing rate across the country.
There have been issues nationally, even in metro areas and rural areas, with ransomware attacks, cyber attacks, and things of that nature.
Causing a need for these types of jobs, companies now focus on this issue in a different light.
What we at EKSEP decided to do was to bring a training program that was going to give Eastern Kentuckians an opportunity to not only train in various aspects of cybersecurity, but also become certified.
Preparing them to participate in a work-study environment with a concentration on remote employment.
We're looking at that as an opportunity for people to be able to stay in Eastern Kentucky and to train and become certified in those occupations and then work here in the region for employers that are outside of the region.
Using this opportunity to take advantage of the digital economy.
With a job demand that's growing at 2.5 times the national rate for most other occupations and sectors nationally, those are opportunities that our people can do.
Teleworks is an example with more than 2,000 job placements, proving this model is successful.
A little more of a training commitment, but nonetheless it's something our people deserve, and that's what we're doing it for.
But what is cybersecurity?
It's early threat detection, entry-level cyber analysts, people who are basically like air traffic controllers would be at an airport.
Giving them unlimited growth potential. In Perry County, Lacey Roberts, WYMT Mountain News.
Training is set to begin in late September. Applications are available until August 15th. These types of jobs bring in an average of $50,000 per year. And residents of West Tennessee are being advised to be on guard. Authorities are searching for an escaped inmate after a prison employee was found dead. 44-year-old Curtis Ray Watson escaped the West Tennessee State Penitentiary Wednesday. His absence discovered longtime employee Deborah Johnson was found dead. After Johnson's body was found Wednesday morning, lockdown went into effect. That's when officials noticed Watson was gone.
If you spot Curtis Watson, do not approach him. Call 911. He is to be considered dangerous.
Watson was working on farm detail, and authorities believed he used a tractor to escape. The vehicle was found roughly 1 mile away from the prison. And at least 4 people were killed and several more injured Wednesday afternoon in a series of stabbings in Orange County, California. Police in Garden Grove say the incident began when a 33-year-old man tried to rob a bakery before attacking other various businesses and an apartment complex. Authorities eventually arrested the man in Santa Ana. Police say these were all random acts and the suspect did not know any of the people he stabbed. And 2 more people are facing charges after a dog was beaten and stabbed to death. What's worse is that the abuse was videotaped and put on social media. All of the accused people are teenagers, 18 and younger. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on those allegations.
A dog made its way to some kind of gathering last week where police say teenagers were hanging out and some had been drinking.
And then when I realized young boys did it, I was thinking, they need help.
Police say a stray dog named Angel, by some who cared for it, was punched and then later stabbed. It was found dead along an East Bernstadt Road.
You know, we're assuming that it was from the knife injuries because it did have one across its throat, one in the top of its head, and one in its back.
A 17-year-old was initially charged, then police arrested 18-year-old Toby Harrison. On Tuesday, they announced the arrest of 18-year-olds David O. Griffith and Noah A. Blevins.
We want justice for Angel, and we want justice for all these animals that we lose. I mean, this isn't the first time it's happened. It's not the last.
Police say they are still trying to figure out the motive behind the madness.
Yes, everybody gathers around. One person's filming with his cell phone. We don't understand that mentality here at all, and that's why we wanted to send the message that we won't tolerate this behavior in our community here.
Griffith will answer to the charges on August the 19th. Blevins was in court today. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
The 17-year-old is in a juvenile holding facility in Breathitt County. Blevins is in the Laurel County Jail. The other 18-year-olds were released from jail. And meanwhile, this man is still on the run from police. His name is Charles Ray Blevins. State police believe he shot and killed a man 1 month ago in a Pike County park. He should be considered dangerous. Anyone with information should call 606-433-7711. Letcher County officials are taking a new approach to help with an ongoing crisis that has affected the entire country. Since March 25th, 102 people have gone from behind bars at the Letcher County Jail to the road to a better life at the Addiction Recovery Center.
What we're doing is amazing. I think there's miracles all around, and that's evidence of 102 people coming out of this little jail right here in Letcher County since March 25th, who's got to leave here and go have a chance to get their life back together.
For more information about addiction recovery care, you can find this story on our website, WYMT.com. A rescue caught on camera, a man in a wheelchair trapped behind a bolted door as his home was engulfed in flames. That's when a police officer didn't think twice, risking his own life to save another. WSAZ's Katie Wilson has more.
Terrifying moments as flames shoot out of an apartment building in Huntington with a handicapped man still inside. Huntington police officer John Weber arrived first and soon realized Glenn Nichols was trapped. That's when he kicked through the front door, got Nichols in his wheelchair, and wheeled him to safety. The whole thing captured on cell phone video by Eric Roselle, who lived in the upstairs apartment. Nichols says if it weren't for Officer Weber, he may have never made it out.
I thought it was people in the building fighting and somebody's trying to get in my door.
Now out of harm's way and in the safety of Officer Weber's cruiser, Nichols is still processing what happened.
It's hard to believe it happened. I hear about it all the time. House is burning in Huntington, but I never thought I'd be the one that it happens to. So
one thing Nichols is sure of, He owes Officer Weber his life.
I thank him from the bottom of my heart. He's just been super good to me and got me in the car out of the weather, turned the heat on and all that, making sure I was comfortable.
A courageous and selfless act Nichols will hold on to for the rest of his life. He's a good man.
Yeah, I got the best one.
Yeah.
The Red Cross is now helping residents find a place to stay, and the Huntington Fire Marshal's office is investigating. Well, Disney has plans to remake one of their 1990s fake classics to promote their upcoming streaming service. We'll have more on that just ahead.
And we're off to a foggy start this morning, but by the time we get to the afternoon, it will be a nice day here in the mountains. I'll have our details on our next rain chance coming up.